law-abiding Minnesotan here with Minnesota Press, coming at you again from the Crow Wing County Judicial Center. A little follow-up from yesterday. Just to recap, yesterday we were covering the fact that there are now 3 complaints that Representative Josh Heinzman are facing. One OAH complaint for campaign violations, one civil personal injury complaint for defamation of character, and one civil complaint, personal injury for deprivation of First Amendment speech rights. And I'm here today to follow up on the First Amendment speech rights claim. Hey, Tristan. Okay, so if you remember from yesterday, we filed the complaint and the summons, and we had to go over to the Crow Wing County Sheriff's Office to get it served. And they did a good job of getting that served right away. They got it served right away yesterday. I got the certification of service right here in my hand to come and file that shows that Mr. Heinzman was served with the paperwork. Now what I have to do is I have to come and file the certification of service as well as a civil cover sheet. I couldn't complete the cover sheet because I didn't have the date of service yet, but now I do. So we're gonna go file the certificate of service as well as the civil cover sheet and the affidavit of service by mail, because I just had the civil cover sheet and the certificate of service served by mail to Josh Heinzman, Representative Josh Heinzman. So here goes nothing. Let's get these things filed. What's up, guys?
Hi.
How are you doing?
How's it going?
Good. I just came to cover a story.
To cover a story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, there's just a story going on in the County Judicial Center here today, and I came to cover it.
Okay. What story?
Well, it's, I guess I don't have to tell you, but I can. It's regarding First Amendment rights deprivation.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lawsuit that just got filed yesterday. Maybe you're familiar with it.
I haven't heard anything about it yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
You might hear something about it on the news.
Okay.
I just came to follow up on the story today.
Okay.
I guess more has happened since yesterday. Apparently the sheriff's office got the complaint and the summons served to the defendant, and I came to cover the certificate of service and the civil cover sheet getting filed with the court administrator. That's what I'm here to cover. I'm here to cover that story.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually about to happen now live, and I just wanted to make sure I cover the story because I don't think any other news broadcasts are getting it yet. I just want to be the first news, broadcast to get the story covered before anybody else steals the story.
Okay. Well, I do understand that.
Uh-huh.
And you are aware of how things work here, being that cell phones are not allowed in the building.
Okay.
Per the judge's order.
All right.
Right?
How do we exercise our First Amendment free press right in this building? Is there a way to do it?
So I cannot give permission for it to come in.
Okay.
A judge can, but I cannot.
Okay. Now, I'm having an honest conversation with you here. I understand that this here cellular device is not allowed in the courtroom, the 9th Judicial District courtroom.
Okay.
What about the county building?
So we have the judge's order posted on the window right out there, covering the entire building.
Let's go take a look at what the judge's order says. It is the policy of the 9th Judicial District that electronic and other devices, including cellular phones, are banned from any courtroom or hearing room in the district. It says they're banned from courtrooms or hearing rooms. That I understand. I'm not going to bring it into a courtroom.
Did you read all 10 pieces of paper?
Crow Wing County District Court policy. All persons. It is the policy of Crow Wing County District Court. I understand the 9th Judicial District Court, and I understand Crow Wing County. Is there some kind of coalition between Crow Wing County and the District Court I don't know about? Crow Wing County, that other devices, would that be a county policy? That's like a county policy. Let's take a look at this. Yep. Pursuant to Rule 4 of the General Rules of Practice and the inherent authority invested by judiciary by Article 5 of the Constitution, policy regarding the possession and use of electronic and other devices in the Crow Wing County Judicial Center is enacted. This policy is in addition to the 9th Judicial District policy implemented in any It looks like you're kind of piggybacking off the judiciary's authority.
So it's not that I'm following what I was told.
Their orders.
Yes.
I just never heard of a county/district policy. I've heard of a county policy and I've heard of a district court policy, but I've never heard of a combination county-district policy.
So, I didn't write it, okay? It's been signed by the judge.
The county policy?
You can see if the county attorney's in, and you can say,
See, if this was all one document, it'd have page numbers on there. This is two separate documents. There's a Crow Wing County District Court policy and a 9th Judicial District policy.
Right, but I think she gave you all the information you're gonna get from her.
The county attorney?
Yeah.
We have to go to the county attorney.
County attorney, go for it, but you're probably gonna need to leave the phone with me or leave it in the car.
Yeah. I didn't really come for this today. I added "and press" because I knew I would be dealing with it. I'd really like to go cover that story to show my viewers how, that anyone can go and file paperwork with the court. You don't have to be a lawyer or anything. You know what I mean? You can just fill up.
anyone can go and file paperwork.
Yeah. And so,
Well, it's, if you stop with this whole thing.
Yeah.
And you just give me the phone, I can record you walking in with the
sweet,
papers.
sweet. Take
to
care of
serve
my,
it. And then after this,
take care of my viewers.
you can catch Sheriff Admin before 4 if you want to continue the conversation.
Sheriff Admin before 4.
Do you have anything in your pockets?
I do. I got a pair of keys.
Oh.
Oh, I forgot my freaking cigarettes and my lighter in my pocket.
Just leave them with them.
All right.
Or leave them.
Oh, so gross.
Anything else in your pocket?
Oh, I hate cigarettes so much.
Do you like his commentary?
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so.
He'll take
Okay,
care of my
go on back.
he'll take care of my viewers.
That's bad.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna file this stuff. Keep it from
Okay, we got it. You're going, he's going in. He's going in. All right.
Everything else in your pockets?
These lights do make this shirt pop a little bit. Kind of like it.
You like it, you just need all this lighting everywhere.
Yeah.
So your shirt pops.
Amen. Yeah, this looked a little shabby when I took it out of the closet.
Sure, shabby.
Yeah,
Oh.
but now it's like popping under the lights here.
what kind of lighting you follow.
Cool lights, fluorescent, or are these LEDs? They gotta be LEDs, right?
That's one fluorescent. It's
Alex?
funny to watch your dog because I don't know if it's a male or female, but they just like lay down and then they pop back up. And then they lay down and then pop back up.
Great dog.
Doesn't bark at people. Check.
Yeah, I wish she barked a little bit more.
You wish you did?
Oh yeah. She's no watchdog, she's no guard dog. She's just her. But cool dog nonetheless. And goofiness is kind of the part of the charm, I suppose.
Annabelle ruined our ducks.
Okay, he's back and he has no papers. There you go.
You know what the irony of this is? I came in to cover a story on First Amendment rights, and I just got deprived of my 1A press rights as I went to file paperwork for my 1A speech rights claim. That's
Well,
crazy.
I hope you can reach the outcome that you want.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So you're suggesting go and talk to sheriff, the
Yeah.
sheriff admin?
You gotta deal with the policymakers, man.
Yeah,
She didn't make the policy.
who's the policymakers?
Admin.
She did.
Sheriff?
You can't blame her, blame her.
No.
So the sheriff admin made that policy.
Well, they didn't make the policy. That was a meeting between the sheriff's office, Don Ryan, and the judges.
Well, then maybe you should go see Don Ryan if he's in the office.
Go see Don Ryan.
Yeah, if it's important to you, then.
It's pretty freaking important. Can you hold this again?
Well, can we, like, pause it for a while, or?
No, keep it running. You don't have to show anything. Just keep it running.
Well, can we mute it or something?
Oh, you guys want to have a conversation, don't you?
Third floor.
Does matter. So the problem I'm having is I just tried to cover a story that was going on in here, and I was unable to cover it. I just don't understand how that doesn't deprive me of my First Amendment right to free press.
So there is no absolute First Amendment right in certain parts of the building. Whether you're standing on a public sidewalk, once you step into a building, even if it's a public building and within different parts of the public building,
Yep.
your First Amendment rights are different, as you know.
Yep.
Right?
And the 9th Judicial District policy, I'm not challenging that. I'm challenging this one.
I understand.
Crow Wing County District Court policy.
understand that.
This one says no phones in the courtroom. This one says no phones in the entire building.
I understand.
See the
that.
difference?
I-
So not challenging. Even though I don't like this one either, that one's a tougher deal to bust. This one here, I believe, straight up blatantly deprives us of First Amendment rights. That one does.
I will
on its
agree to
face.
disagree with you as a complete abatement of First Amendment rights. I understand you can't bring your phone in, but not everybody has the right to take their technology wherever they go and do whatever they want to do with it.
Oh, I understand. As long as they're not committing a crime with it. If it's constitutionally protected, you have to commit a crime in order to not be allowed to do it.
And that's where we can have all kinds of discussions, whether it be between you and me or me and this gentleman standing behind us who've had discussions about
Yeah.
it as well. And me
I
and
mean,
at least a dozen
what
other people.
if the thing said no black people allowed in here?
That's a whole different concept, and I'm not going to answer your question.
Yeah. Or nobody with blue shirts.
I don't think.
Or no
Don's
bald
really-
guys.
Oh,
I guess I
yeah.
had to get both of us out here with no bald guys.
Yeah.
I don't think Don really has much necessarily to do with this if judges are signing off on it. I think you need to take it up to the Court of Appeals, maybe go for a writ or something. like that.
Right.
There have been people who have said that they were going to commence a lawsuit in federal court about that order.
Yeah.
I have yet to see one.
Yeah.
It wasn't either the two of you, but
Yeah.
I have yet to see someone do that. I'm just letting you know.
It just sucks because we're so busy. We got so much other crap to do. The last thing we need is to, have to clog up a bunch of time and effort and resources.
No, I
And
get that, but I mean, and in fairness to the order itself, just for discussion purposes, a lot of this comes out of people bringing cameras into the courtroom and filming them and posting on YouTube, or people who are restricted from having contact with others, then standing in the hallway of this building, filming them as they're breaking down and crying after a court proceeding,
Right.
and then posting on YouTube. So we as human beings do this to ourselves.
Right,
Not
right.
even getting into the First Amendment.
Right,
argument,
right,
Matt. I'm just
right.
saying we do it to ourselves as human beings.
yeah, I just don't think that everybody should
I'm
be.
not accusing you of doing that, so
Yeah.
it wasn't you.
I just don't think everybody should be punished because some people might commit a crime. That doesn't mean everybody's going to commit a crime.
I'm not even saying those people, in my example, it would have been a crime to have that contact with your restricted person.
Yeah.
But people also do it when they're not a restricted person, so then it doesn't become a crime. So
Right.
it's just trying to protect people's privacy, and it's tough to find that protecting people's privacy and not, as you know.
Yep. And it's just that rights are inalienable. You know what I mean? So like this has to have freaking
I know
reason.
what to leave.
You know what I mean? And so I just think this is sketchy at best. I think it's unconstitutional on its face because, like I said, I just demonstrated to my viewers how I walked in here attempting to cover a story. My press rights were just stomped on,
There's also a good discussion, I think, going on nationally, and who does and doesn't have press credentials and what press and press it doesn't mean. And that phone that you're holding in your hand has made that question a whole lot complicated than when I was born and cell phones didn't exist.
Right. Well, press. I mean, who issues press? Who issues press badges?
Let's
Yeah.
not film
Yeah.
other
No,
people
I
coming in.
don't like to
You
do
can
that.
stand over here.
Let me grab my cigarettes. This is a good conversation, and I'm not. I apologize if I come off like accusatory. You know what I mean? It's just that I'm partial to these rights. You know what I mean?
We all have the same constitutional rights. Even myself as an elected official didn't give up my constitutional rights just because I ran for office got elected.
Yeah.
I don't have any dispute with any of that.
Yeah.
It's balancing all those rights and balancing the right to privacy, the First Amendment right, who is and isn't a legitimate member of the press, what is a legitimate press? And again, those cell phones, and I have one too, I just don't have it on me, make that question a whole lot more difficult.
Well, I think
But I've been
anyone,
struggling with it for 30 years. If you got a bright line rule for me, man, I'd be into it.
wouldn't anyone covering a story or writing a journal article or shooting a video or anything like that, for informational purposes, that'd be press, right? I mean, what, or even entertainment purposes.
I don't know that I would agree that makes you press.
No,
But I'm not necessarily the definitive authority on that question.
right.
I think there's been cases that have said individuals, and there have been cases that have established that an individual walk around cell phone. I'm not sure about the circuit, but.
I mean, I think there are some, I haven't researched myself, but there are some cases out there saying an individual can be functioning like the press even if they're not, say, the mainstream press, let's just say. Right. You
won't see my work on Fox News.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But,
That's kind of good.
or CNN or whatever you're,
I'm neither.
and so it's,
We can talk off and the words on that piece of paper ain't changing.
no, they're not. How do you, if I wanted to get the words on that paper changed or actually ripped down altogether, what would be?
First, I'd recommend you don't rip it down.
No, I won't.
Again, you can go in, and I would suggest you go to court administration.
Okay.
And if the court administrator, Ms. Anderson, is not available, maybe there's another person there that can talk to you about it. I'm not in control of court administration.
Right.
And, or maybe you want to do an old-fashioned letter, do an email, or whatever, if you want to put it in writing, so then you can give it to them. And, that's all up to you.
Right. The problem is that nothing happens until somebody gets arrested. You know what I mean?
Again, like I told you already, I don't know if your phone was muted at that point in time or not.
It was.
This is currently, the content of the current order is currently under review.
Okay.
I can't tell you how long that's going to be, I can't tell you what the outcome of that's going to be, I can just tell you that it's currently under review.
If it's unconstitutional, though, are we just being required to waive our rights until that's reviewed and found to be unconstitutional and reformed?
I'm not in a position to answer that question, and it's a great question.
And I'm pretty sure it is unconstitutional, but I mean, the courtrooms, I get it, but the rest of this building, no way. You know what I mean? Even the court administrator, I can even see. You know what I mean?
Are you talking to your fans now, or are you talking to him? I'm sure he probably needs to get back to work.
Both. I'll let him get back to work, but that's what you would suggest is writing a letter or.
However you choose to communicate with court administration, I would communicate to them, and I know that the court administrator will pass it along to the judges.
Okay. And that puts me in a spot to.
Wrap up with your viewers, making an argument on equal protection. Why do attorneys get to bring their cell phones in on better?
Yeah.
But it's not just the attorneys, any professionals get to bring in their cell phones for purposes of work. So like if an expert witness is coming to testify in court or something, they're allowed. It's your same question, I get that. I'm just trying to give clarity to your viewers of it. And like I shared with you, I mean, apparently you were in a pro se trial, you weren't allowed to bring your phone in.
Correct. And
There
I
was
watched.
a different pro se trial where we did make arrangements for the person to bring their phone in upon request.
Okay.
So, I think I've had the conversation with this gentleman before, and I know others that, if you're coming to see me and want to bring your phone in, because you want to record me or you want to show me information that's on our phone, I mean, people carry all kinds of data on their phone these days.
Yeah.
Which is why those phones are given protections, by the courts, because of all your personal data on it.
Sure.
I just have to call down and I'll make the arrangements to do it.
In your office.
In my office, but that's my authority.
Right.
The only thing I ask then is that people turn their phone off, put it in their pocket, carry it up. When they get in the front door of my lobby, they can turn it back on, because I'm trying to comply with the court order as well.
Okay. So is that
seems fair. I mean, find balance, see?
right? However, it shouldn't.
Doesn't address your question of whether you should or shouldn't have to do that, but my job's to balance the law and interpret it the best I can.
I just don't think anyone, including a county attorney, has that kind of authority to say you have to waive your rights unless I.
He didn't write that order, man.
Right.
I'm I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that I'm trying to work with individuals.
Yeah.
I'm doing the best I can within my authority
without stomping on the judges.
without violating the current court order.
Sure, I get it.
Pain.
I get it. It just sucks. It seems like to get anything done, a guy has to get arrested. And
Disagree, but you are entitled to your opinion because that's a right as well.
sure, I suppose I can write a letter. I'm gonna go ahead and write a letter. But yeah, as far as the equal protections, I saw
How to run this thing.
it possibly. I don't know.
So if you're in a uniform, like a police officer or deputy sheriff, excuse me, or if you're a county employee, you are allowed to not go through security if security doesn't require you to. I typically go through security myself. I do too.
Yeah.
And cell phones with us in the building because we work here and we're part of the county.
Licensed attorneys, pro se litigants, on-duty law enforcement officers. Other individuals may possess and use devices as noted above upon request to and approval of the presiding judge. How the heck are we supposed to know who has approval?
Right on, brother, but I wasn't expecting to be.
I wasn't either. We're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna fight this another day. I just had to get some stuff filed. I wanted to record the process. You know, I wasn't allowed to. I'm upset. That's it. All right? All right, thanks. Appreciate it. Yep, you too.
All right. Sure, man. I'll call you.
Sounds good.
All right, there you have it, folks. This is getting kind of long, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Again, what we did here was we filed a civil cover sheet, a certificate of service from the sheriff getting the complaint and the summons served yesterday, as well as a affidavit of service by mail after I had Mr. Heinzman served with the civil cover sheet and the civil cover sheet and the certificate of service. So that's what's going on now. Thanks for joining me, folks. Appreciate you hanging with me for 36 minutes. It wasn't supposed to go that long. It was supposed to be real quick. Anyways, I'm going to shut her down now. Law-abiding Minnesotan with Minnesota Press out.